What is going on, everybody? Oh, hi. All right, so we're back. We're gonna be working on that user or that social media app again. Linux kid coming in with the dad. I'm not really sure what that means. Not my kid. Good morning, everybody. Or I know that some of you are in different parts of the world, so good evening. All right. All right. Farther. Farger. I am his Faja. Okay. All right. I just woke up, so I'm like, you know. Um. All right. So what was the last thing that we did here? The last thing that we did was we were able to get the user profile avatar to change, and then we were able to update that key. And now what we want to do is, what do we want to do? We want to be able to observe those changes. So, okay, there's a couple things. So like when I'm changing the avatar and it's being uploaded, I want to have like a little, like a circular indicator or something like that. And yeah, there's also the thing that I want to be able to do where I'm able to observe the changes for the user object, because I don't think that was coming through, right? I have to double check. But we're about to figure that out too. Google coin flip and flip it for me. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Not really sure what you're talking about, to be honest. All right, so let me go ahead and run this on my device. See if it comes up. We can do iOS simulator first, but let's also get the iOS device going, shall we? I can't remember if we were actually seeing the thing come through. Where's the iOS device? Maybe if I try again. So we plug it back in. Should be it. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and run this on my device. And the user was being updated in the session qubit. So where are you? There you are. And I don't know if I was getting this part back. And this is the thing that I was interested in. I think the problem was that we were calling observe user changes in one spot, but not the other. Attempt auto login. Observe user changes right there, boom. And then boom. And I think that we are getting the user changes from here, so that should be good. I don't know. Linux Kid has been here before. I don't think he's necessarily trolling, but Linux Kid just heads up, man. This is how you're being perceived. What's ticking? You got a bomb or something? No. It was all right, yeah. Then if that's the case, then yeah. There we go. No, DW, you were right. There we go. I don't know. Linux woke up and chose violence today. So you were right. I was wrong. And there goes his chat. So that's his problem now. What is going on, Wallison? Yeah, if you hear ticking in the background, it's because there's like a lot of nature where I live, and the birds are waking up and singing their song. Okay, So, oh, I actually didn't get to show you guys the screen. So let's show you the screen. There we go. Here we go. I I don't know if like regular developers have any reason to use this app, Visor. Like, I don't know if you would have a reason to actually have your device screen on your actual screen. You know, I obviously use it because, you know, I stream in videos and stuff. But if you ever need to show your Android device or your iOS device, I highly recommend Visor. I paid for it, or maybe I'm paying a membership. I don't even know, but I would highly recommend it. It works really well for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. And I'm not like sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just like this has worked really well for me. And I'm kind of surprised that it worked so well. Oh, FYI, whenever I start building to my device, it does get choppy in the stream. So like you'll notice that I'm probably choppy when I'm swaying back and forth like this. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. But I'm working. I need to like add a banner to the stream saying like building choppiness in progress or something like that. I'm so full of meetings today. I'm gonna be in meetings like probably like all day today. I'm kind of bummed about that because I haven't been able to record this video and get this out to y'all. All right, so let me take a look. All right. All right. So, is it done yet? Here we go. Okay. So, let's see. Let's make sure that we get that first call because I think I had a print statement somewhere. Observing current user, right? Right there. There we go. All right. So, now what I want to do is when I make a change, am I coding on an M1? Yes, I am. How is that? I would say that it's nothing impressive, nothing I would like. I don't recommend buying an M1. That's what it comes down to. Oh, well, let me make sure that y'all can see too. So I got this. I'll take a picture. Look at it, spells kilo, in case you never knew. Cannot unsee that it spells kilo. Boom. Use that. It changes. We get some type of updates in here. And what are we looking for specifically? Got updated user. Boom. Okay, so we are getting the updated user and we are able to update the session. Okay. That's cool. All right. Yes, so that is working and I am pretty happy with it. You cannot unsee the fact that your keyboard spells kilo if you're using the US standard keyboard. Ha. All right. Yeah, no problem. Uh, you know, I just heard like a lot of great things about the M1, and then when I got it, I was not impressed. Let me think. Next, what we want to do is we want to change the description. And then after we change the description, we should be able to, after that, we should be able to start working on the user feed. So first we need to make sure that we're in the right view, which is the profile view. And then when they save profile changes, okay, we already have that in there, which means that we could go back to the profile block, check the logic underneath that. Save profile changes, we'll get the form submitting, and then we're not doing anything, and then we're copying success. Okay, so this needs to go here. We essentially need to do this right here. And the way that I had modeled the data repo is if you're going to update the user, you need to pass it a user. Yeah, so the update is going to happen right there in line. Yep. Okay, so what we need to do is we'll remove this first, right? And then we need to create the updated user. And the user will, oh, well, we can grab the current user. Wait, where are we saving this user? Where do I want to grab the user from? Where did I do it for the updated user state user copy? Yeah, okay. We'll do state user copy with, and then what we want to change is the description. So then we'll have save profile, we'll have event dot, ooh, okay, so that's a flaw. We actually don't even have, we don't even have like the property, right? Can you please create a video for pagination in Flutter? Maybe a continuation to the Pokemon apps video. Oh, I don't think I ever made that video, huh? I think you might be right. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I made it. You're right. Yeah, I can do that. Let me do something here. If you want it to be covered, Kilo Loco content. If you want it to be covered, let's see, paging, scroll, infinite scroll. If you would like to have that video covered, thumbs up this issue right here. Thumbs up, add a thumbs up and to the issue. So you should be able to like click this and then give it a thumbs up, and then I'm going to try to start going through that list and covering videos through that based off of who has a thumbs up on things. All right, updated user. We need to update this form. Ooh, form submitting. Ooh, that could be a problem. All right, well, what we'll do, because we're using this form submitting, what we can do is we can say final dynamic value. And then we'll do form submitting this dot value. And then when we get the, oh, what the hell? That was weird. When we get the form submitting, oh no, what am I thinking? So stupid. So stupid. Okay. Mobby. Okay. The reason why we don't need that is because we can get the description from the state, you idiot. User description. Remember that we're updating that. So, we don't need to pull it from some weird value. Okay, got it. So then we have the updated user with the user description that's being held by our state. And then all we need to do is await. We'll do the data repo. We'll update the user with our updated user like that. I think that's the business right there. All right. So now, yeah. So now let's go ahead and say, I'm just a programmer that likes to write sexy code. All right, let's save those changes. I am seeing that we have a description here. Looking pretty snazzy. The important part is to make sure that when we reboot this app, hold on, did it run? I don't think it ran. The important part is to make sure that when we reboot the app that the description is actually pulled and we get the saved changes. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we just simply wait. And yeah. So while we wait, what I'll do is I'll actually plug the Discord in case you're not part of that community. Feel free to join the Discord. If you have any questions, you can ask them there. Or if you just want to hang out and discuss, I'm on Discord like pretty much all day long. And I think I might actually be doing like streaming there, but like when I'm only going to do like short bits of streaming, or like when I'm just working on other stuff and it's not coding related, because I have like this open Workspace channel. And somebody actually had came in there the other day and they were looking for help on something, and like I was able to just like talk them through a situation, and we were able to like kind of make a little bit of progress. But it's just kind of like, I don't get to work in an office. I won't while I work at AWS, or at least in this position, I won't be able to work in an office. And, I just kind of miss like the ability to just get distracted by other people. Like that's kind of like cool to like, have those relationships, and then, things like that. All right. So we have, I'm just a programmer that likes to write sexy code. That's good. But now we have this bug where we have the avatar being set back to what it was, and this is bad. Okay. So let's see. So when we get the updated user, the stream of the user, right? Where is it? Where am I observing that user? It's in session. Okay, so let me think. So I got the user back. I'm trying to think of the best way because now we're working with two different versions of the user object, and I'm trying to find out like what is the right way to go about this. I suppose if state could do copy with user. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out like what is the right way to do this. Because we need to keep the profile state and the session state user in sync. I suppose we could just do a copy with, right? There's a lot of stuff that came up during building out this profile that I just was not expecting, to be honest. I didn't think it would take this long to build out like a profile. Like you think a profile, oh, it's just gonna be like simple, easy to do, right? Like this has not necessarily been the case. Okay. So whenever we do an update user, we will also update our profile state as well. And that should allow us to stay in sync. Remember that boy band NSYNC? That's what we're doing right now. We are in sync. All right, assuming that we are able to move forward and we're not getting an error, right? All right, assuming that we're able to move forward, we then need to, oh, we're already yielding out a state for the form status. We just need to include the user. Got it. That's one. So we can update the state right there. And the only other place that we can update the state is when we change the profile. Get our avatar path. Provide avatar path. Yeah. Updated user. So we have the updated user being passed to the state every time that we get there. All right. I think that's right. Okay, so I don't know why I stopped it, but I stopped it. And now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are able to like update the picture. Yeah, so when we update the user's picture, then we update the profile, the user's profile, and come back, then we should still see the newly updated picture, right? Because that's what happened last time. Was everything looked like it was fine when it initially saved the description, but the problem was that the user object was like out of date. They were out of like out of sync, I guess. So, and then after that, I think I'm going to refactor some of this. Because this is a mess. Look at all this. Open image picker. All kinds of stuff happens. Yeah, we definitely need a refactor, right? It's getting kind of messy. Here we go. Okay. Now I'll do another picture. Let's do this. Right, we'll use this photo. Looks good. Now I want to make changes. Oh. And I'll just say, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kilo Loco. All right, so we save these changes. Everything looks good. We then will we'll stop the app, and then we'll reboot the app. And then when we come back, if we are, let me think. Yeah, when we come back, if the user's profile is up to date, then that means that we're good to go. And while this loads, what I also want to do is I want to handle the is updating line. So our profile view, we have our block listener, avatar, I think I want to make this be in a stack, and then if it has that is updating, then we'll be good. Okay, there it goes. All right, so as you can see, everything is up to date. So it looks like our save user is looking pretty snazzy. So next, what I guess I'll do is I will wrap this in a stack. And then what we could do is if state dot avatar is changing, then we will show a circular progress indicator. Like that. Yeah. Something does look off though. That. Oh, okay, it's the question mark. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then that means if I were to change my profile to this guy right here, and I do use photo. Okay, so almost, but not really. We can do loading view. What am I doing? Oh, you know what? Instead of doing loading view, what we can do is we can change the alignment to be alignment center. There we go. So now, whenever we change the profile picture, do this guy now. Use. There we go. All right. I think the only thing that I want to take a look at is like when those two different states are yielded. All right, open image picker. We will yeah. Okay. Provide avatar path. And avatar is changing right here. Let's see. So we open up the image picker. Avatar is changing, set to true. Then we get the avatar path and we yield that out. Okay, I mean, it works. We'll just leave it right there. We will leave it right there for right now. So I'm going to yeah. So let's think. Is there anything else to do on this screen? I think the only thing left to do would be to add an app bar so that we're able to actually have the logout button. Yeah. Let's start by saving some of our changes. Git add like this, git commit like that. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so we commit these changes, and what do? profile updates, profile updating functionality is finished. So then all we have to do is like add an app bar. Let's clean this up a little bit. Scaffold, app bar, like that. App bar, like this. And we return it right here. And we implement it right here. And what we will do is we will do trailing. Oh, hold on. There's two different times that a user could be on this profile, right? Oh, actually there's two things that we need to do. We need to add the logout functionality, but we also need to check if the user is equal to the current user, and that's pretty important. Okay, so trailing is going to be an icon button. Is this not a thing? Are you telling me that this is not a thing? I see leading. I don't see trailing. Actions, maybe? It's kind of weird. Okay, so the only action that we're going to have is the logout button. So that's going to be an icon button, icons logout, like that. This and let's just go ahead and start doing this, the block builder, which is going to take in a session qubit session state. Interesting. Hold on. Not this. Profile. That's what we're interested in. Profile. A profile block. Profile state. Like that. We are going to make the builder, pass in a context and a state. That, this, that. All right, so, oh, and semicolon. All right, so then we have the on pressed. We are going to do a context. No, we are, hold on. Yeah, context read dot read. We're going to get the session qubit, and then we will log out. Attempt, no, what the hell? Sign out. There we go. There we go. No? Still no? No. No. Okay. No. Okay. There we go. So then what we got to do, and this just like crashed the app. Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is actually going to cause a problem because it's not in there. So then that means that this, so how do we get, man, it's the little things that'll get you. Actually, that's a movie. That's a movie that I just seen not too long ago with Denzel Washington in it. The little things. Um, Hold up, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's see. I don't. Hmm. I don't. I don't know what is the right way to go about doing this. Because we have our scaffold, right? We have our scaffold, but we need to access the state of in the app bar so that we know when to show this logout button, right? Because this is what we're actually going to implement. If state dot user dot ID is equal to session what is it? This right here. Dot current use. Oh man, we got to find out a way to figure out if it's the current user or not. So let me see. What's happening when we get this current? So get the current user stream. Is it part of the state? The session state? Yes. Yes, it is. So final current user is equal to this. Actually, let's just make it easier, right? This whole entire dealing with is authenticated and not. It's not the business for sure. User, we'll do current user. And this is going to be a get set. So first we get state is authenticated dot user. Okay, as authenticated user. like that. And then we do user.set current user. State as authenticated user is equal to, what is it, new object, something like that. What's going on, Abrar? Let's see. Setters must declare exactly one required positional parameter. Oh, okay. Updated user. Updated user, like that. And this would not actually return. So what would it return? A function? Is this legit? I think it is. Seems to be working. Let's go ahead and find out how to do computed properties in Dart. It's not a syntax I'm really familiar with. Let's see. Here we go. We get the get. I know how to do the get. Where is the set though? Yep, that seems to be it. Okay. Ew, JS util. Get out of here. What is that? This will be user. Okay, so yeah. I'm stuck with my code base from past few hours of social media clone after null safety upgrade. Oh yeah, don't do null safety upgrade. It doesn't work. Not for this project. Null safety is still opt-in, and I won't be covering that in this series. So let's take a look. Yeah, this looks good. So then, where did I use this before? I think it was in the profile state. No, the profile block. So then we can just do session qubit current user, like that. And then we also did it somewhere else. Biki says, I am from Japan. I love your videos. Thanks. I'm happy that you're finding it like that you're enjoying the content. Always happy to help. Let's see. We have our session qubit, current user. Did we also access it all weird from the session state? No. It shouldn't even be dealing with the session, right? Okay, so this looks good. I think we're okay here. Let's just make sure. Find authenticated, right? Nothing in there. So we're looking good here. Let's go back over here, and now in the, not the profile view, the session qubit is what I'm looking for. And this is where we did it. So what we can do is we can say current user is equal to that user. There we go. So now the current user is being updated. Okay, so now we can access the current user like that, and what we should be able to do from the profile is we should be able to access that current user final. Let me see, what do we want to do? I think the entire thing is to do an if statement on this action. So if this dot current user dot ID is equal to our state dot user dot ID, then that's when we will show that icon button. The problem still being the fact that we shouldn't, like, well, the problem is quite simply just this. Watch. It's this, right? So we need to have the block provider high enough so that we can access, so that we can provide the block, right? But let's think, how can we do this? So one thing that we could do, we can create the block provider. Let me think. If we were to do this, we need it to be like this. We need this to be like this. So we need to create the block provider. Tomorrow I have work, so I will watch your video tomorrow. It's 11:10 over there. All right. I will catch you later, Bicky. Thanks for stopping by. We need to have a block provider around the profile page and the app bar. How do we do this? I suppose. Interesting. I don't know. I suppose we could technically do this, right? We can put it in another scaffold. This doesn't feel right, but let's keep going. Body. And then what are you trying to tell me? Oh. App bar, that's what it is. App bar. So this might actually work. Let's try that. So I have a scaffold and then I have another scaffold, which I don't think there are any problems with doing that. It's definitely weird. I suppose that I could probably return a container and the container holds the scaffold. Let's see. Let's see what happens with this, and then we'll see if we can actually get everything else to keep going. Damn, I thought we would already be in the social list, the social media posts already. This was a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. But it's mostly because of the block pattern. Block pattern can be kind of complicated. Making sure that everything like kind of stays at the same level. It's a little bit of a pain. And honestly, I kind of wanted to go with RiverPod. It looked like a nicer setup for me, but most of the community does want to go through block, and it's also much more complicated. Well, I think that the material that's out there that covers block is making it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, so block builder profile block is not a subtype of preferred widget size. What are you talking about? Huh. Which one is it? The block builder? Okay, hold on. Let me see what happens if I do this, because I want to see if that worked, actually. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so this does work. Okay, so we can do the block provider as the top level thing. That's no problem. And then we can create the scaffold and we don't have to do anything weird. The problem is that block builder is not of type preferred widget size. So maybe, just maybe, we can wrap this in a container. I don't know if container is preferred widget size. Get rid of this. We just add another one of these, I think. Save it. Let's return the app bar now. Boom, it blows up. All right, container is not preferred widget size. Okay, Next would be to do a sized box. Sized box is not type preferred widget size. Oh, word? Okay. Flexible. Flexible is not. Expanded. It would be easier to create your own stateless widget that extends preferred size widget. Let's try it. Alrighty. Let's do that. So, let's say, is it the app bar? App bar. Let's call it my app bar for right now. My app bar extends preferred widget size. Now we just simply need to does it have a fix it? Yes, I think it does. Create 9 missing overrides. Probably missing something to do here. No element you put will work for as long as the function is returning a widget. Got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out how we create a preferred widget size. Custom preferred widget size. I think you forgot a return statement. Should be. Oh, is it just returning? Oh, okay. It implements a stateful widget. Okay. Got it. Got it. So let's undo that. This extends a stateless widget. I've actually never have written the implements keyword, if you could believe that. Preferred size. Would you look at that? Yeah, extends stateless widget, implements preferred size. Thank you. Yeah, I got it. Appreciate that. Let's think. So if we're going to do the whole entire app bar, and we'll probably call this the profile bar, profile app bar, so that we can add that functionality in there. So if the plan is to get this like that, what did I? Okay, let's just delete this. Okay, so this is what I want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So then we can do this, copy, paste it. No problems there. next, the preferred size is going to be what the context, or I guess we could probably do the arrow function, huh? The context, how do we get the size? Context something, right? Flutter screen size. Thal or fall, back in it. Can't hang with the boys today. Stopping by to say keep up the good work. BLM, stop Asian hate for sure on both of those fronts. Yes, thoughts and prayers ain't enough. That is facts. Thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate it. Yeah, stop Asian hate and BLM. Facts. This is what we need right here. Preferred size. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and implement the size. Oh, man. Yikes. Oh, the height is also a thing, right? Mm. Okay. This is let's see if somebody has ran into this before. Preferred size app bar. Boom. 50. Yeah, 50 is not the answer. Oh, we could just do this? Oh, dude, I'm doing that. The size should be both width and height. The default height for app bar is 56. Hope that helps. Yeah, but wouldn't that be like a problem? Also, apparently we could just implement, hold on. I want to see if we could do preferred size first. But like, I mean, the keyword being preferred, right? Like, so does preferred mean that, it's willing to break that size if required, right? Like, because not every app bar is going to be 56 on every single screen, right? So I'm wondering, why do you keep deleting stuff? That just doesn't make sense, man. Oh, no, it already did it for me. So that's the child, the size. Preferred size. Let's see. How did they do it? Size from height. Size from height. And then you said that it's 56, right? Yeah. Got an error down here. Size 150. Let's just do this for right now. And we have some type of error? No. Let's see. Okay, this looks right to me. What happens if I change it to 10? Okay, so this is like less than ideal. See, because this kind of looks good too. From height. What if we did size from width? Did the media query of context dot width? Come on, dude, help me out. Build context. How the hell did I do this? Of context size width. That's what it is. Size dot width. Broke something. Context. Save. Yeah. This will still give an error for as long as the function returns a widget. Let's see. Yeah, see, like, oh, I had missed the question from Fernando. I started a month ago, my first job as an iOS and Flutter developer. Congrats. Any piece of advice, sir? I mean, sounds like you're on the right track. I mean, you just got hired, so sounds like you're doing pretty good. I would just say, like, always be learning. Keep an open mind. Don't think that you know everything, and you'll probably be all right. Okay. So we can do the preferred size, right? And what happens if I just do 300, which this should break, right? So the problem is that we still need the height, preferred height. And if I do 20, it fixes it, but it cuts it off. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Flexible space. Keep the elevation of the app bar for keep the shadow visible. See, the problem that I have is like supplying a height for the app bar. Like that needs to come from the system somehow. See, look at that. What is this? Why would I want this? Come on now. Y'all acting like you don't know what you're doing. How to set height of app bar in Flutter. Flutter get app bar height. That's one way to do it. I suppose we could create another app bar, right? App bar height. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Kind of felt like this is not the right way to go about it, though. Height. App bar height. What the hell? Oh, well, I mean, I guess that works. This is less than ideal for sure, but it does work. Yikes. All right. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, you do what you gotta do. Sometimes stuff is hacky, and that's all there is to it. All right. Okay. So, Javier, I'm the guy who sent you the question about the UI collection view on Discord. Would it be possible for you to help me personally with this issue? If so, how can we make that happen? So as always, if you are in the Discord, which I'll also plug that right now for anybody that wants to join the Discord. If you're in the Discord, it's always best to ask the question in the correct channel so that you're not just like simply relying on me to answer the question, and somebody may be able to get to the question sooner, right? I think I had responded to you in the chat saying that you should be able to see the view hierarchy of everything and make sure that everything is like correct, because I know that was like one of the assessments that you had listed in your Stack Overflow post. So I would say check if the hierarchy is correct, and make sure that you actually have your label inside of each of those UI collection view cells. But yeah, like if you're really like interested in getting answers back much quicker, then the best thing would be to actually to post that question in the iOS help or the iOS channel, as opposed to doing like a DM to me, because usually pretty busy and I can't answer everybody's questions one-on-one, and that's why I'm building up the community so that we have more people in there. All right, are you trying to adapt to the app to the screen size? Well, no, I'm just trying to get the app bar to be the correct height. So as you can see, I have my app bar right here, right? I'm returning an app bar widget, and I need it to be a specific height because I need to give it a preferred size so that this view can still render. Because what I really need to do is have this block builder so I can get the state to check, is this the current user or not? And if it is the current user, then, I'll show certain things, or else I won't show certain things. Yeah. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, do we actually need this context? I don't think we need the context anymore, right? We don't. Let me think. So the view should not be making this distinction, right? Shouldn't be checking this. Okay. We are going to need to show the profile for different use cases. And let me think. Damn. Who would have thought a profile would have been so tough to figure out? Um, so the problem is that we're trying to make it so that we can show specific functionality for the current user, right? This looks kind of plain. I'm going to add something up there in the app bar. And profile. I never used Flutter. How is it compared to building native apps? I like it. It seems pretty legit. I would much rather code in Flutter than code in Android development. I just get stuck with Android development so often. Every time I switch over to Android, it's just like trying to figure out the most simple thing just takes forever. And then there's always problems. And I don't know if it's, do I have the wrong dependency version? Like, why is this not working? I just run into a lot of problems when I do Android development. Granted, it's the platform I've spent the least amount of time on, but just I feel like I should be able to move much quicker through Android. But yeah, whatever you choose is always fine. Okay, so then, are there any downsides to Flutter? I'm sure that there's a million downsides to Flutter. One that I can think of off the top of my head that's been like kind of circulating on the internet is some people are experiencing like a weird laggy. They're calling it jank, like janky animations on iOS specifically. I haven't personally experienced that, but a lot of people have. So that is like I think one of the major ones. Somebody said that they're about to get fired because it's so bad, but yeah. Is Flutter easy to learn if you know iOS and Swift? It is easier to learn if you know Swift UI. I was actually able to pick up Swift UI extremely quickly because I knew Flutter before it dropped. But in regards to Swift and Dart, which is the language, very different language, very different, a lot of differences in the syntax. Kotlin and Swift look much more similar than Dart and Swift. So very different syntax, very different mindset if you're not used to declarative programming. But if you are familiar with declarative programming like Swift UI, then you'll be able to pick up Flutter probably relatively quickly. But it's not hard to learn at all. There's like a lot of great resources in the Flutter community. Okay, so the problem, let me think. The problem is that we don't have the state that's going to be responsible for manipulating the user or selecting the user profile. So I think I'm going to leave it right here. This should be fine. And where else am I making this comparison though? That's like kind of the important part. Is current user. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we will not do that, but instead we will do this. So probably see, the problem is that it's looking through the state. So we have to do all of this. Let's see. I suppose this could be is current user is set to false. And then when we do the profile page, we do the listener, and we can probably update that to is current user, and that could be equal to this. What in the world? Is current user? Oh, well, there we go. Okay. Can you not? Thank you. Pass. Thank you. Pass, I said. Okay, so oh, the button is also showing. Okay, so that also needs to change. Is current user, right? Is current. All right, and the button. Okay, we don't need this anymore. The button, save profile changes button. Is current user. Whoops. Mobby. There you go. Okay. So let's go ahead and stop it. Let's go ahead and give it a nice little reset. And yeah. Okay, the jank animation issue occurs only when the app starts, but it gets better after a short while. It's because the animation shaders get compiled and there are workarounds. A possible workaround is having animations run in a hidden layer, such as on a low layer of a stack. Hope it gets fixed soon, though. Yeah, that's what, so I think, and I mentioned this in a different stream as well, Michael. I think that people are getting confused with their bad implementations and the actual jank issue. So I think the problem is that they see, oh, iOS has a jank issue. So when I scroll really fast in my list, oh, it's like there's like weird things going on, like it's all glitchy and janky. Well, that's actually probably because you're doing something wrong, and it's not actually the iOS jank issue. Whereas from my understanding of the jank issue, it is only like when you first load the app and like, maybe like after 3 to 5 seconds, everything is back to normal and all the shaders have been, loaded or cached or whatever the heck the proper terminology is, right? And then like everything works. So I think that people are like conflating these two ideas like, oh, there's a issue on iOS, and if I scroll really fast, I see that issue, when in reality it's because you're just trying to do some type of dynamic sizing of the list tile or something like that. And that is not actually working as you would expect it to, I guess. Hmm. Oh, yes, we are in a stateless widget. That's right. F. 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 This is not good. No. Okay. So I'm over here trying to change values, right? On the listener, of all places. And this is not going to work for multiple reasons. But I don't even know if this is the right way to try to make it work. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. It needs to come from the state. What we will do is at this stage in the tutorial, we'll set it up so that you can only see, or like whenever you see the profile screen, it's simply just going to yikes. It's simply going to be the edit profile. Then when we get to like working with the actual user profile, or when we're selecting a different user's profile, then we'll go back and we'll revisit this. Because I need to look further into how we are doing the dependency injection with the user. We need to make sure that we're able to pass in just any user, and then we're able to I think one of the problems is that I was thinking like, oh, okay. Let me think. Yeah. One of the problems is that like I was thinking about listening to the changes to the user inside of the profile block, but that didn't really help. We could always just create a separate screen, right? That's also another option. We could always create another screen. I don't think I want to do that though. I mean, an edit profile is generally different than a public profile. But what's the simpler way to do it? This might be the simpler way to do it. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave it right there. Unfortunately, we didn't even get to touch the social profile. But like almost everything is done with this profile. I just need to figure out like how to actually get the dependency injection with the specified user in there. So that's going to be it for today. Once again, I'm just going to plug the Discord in case you want to come and hang out. If you want to continue the discussion, I think, who was it that came in earlier? Javier. Yeah, Javier had came in earlier, and he was like mentioning that he had also joined the Discord. And if you do join the Discord, you can always feel free to DM me. That's fine. Just know that, I can't help everybody individually with each single question. So the best thing to do is, if you do have a problem, there's separate channels for each of the different languages or the frameworks that I'm trying to focus the community around, which is native iOS, native Android, and Flutter development. So any mobile developers. And if you have a question, feel free to ask there, or if you want to kick it and hang out, we can kick it and hang out. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you for your time. Go out there and keep coding passionately.